Conservatives with the Liberal Democrats stole this money from those women who were born in the 1950s is completely unacceptable, and millions of women have been plunged into poverty and don't just want handouts by social security, they want their money back, and quite rightly so. They should be feeling angry about what the government did, and we will right that injustice, because justice is a price worth paying. People should have confidence in their government that they ain't going to steal their pension. It fundamentally undermines the contract between the state and its people.
Have informed our conclusion that there should be no scheme of financial compensation to 1950s-born women in response to the Ombudsman's report.
What? Yes, that's right. In the latest example of going back on their pre-election word, Starmer's Labour Party have given a massive middle finger to UK pensioners by denying them compensation for the retirement funds that were held to ransom when the pension age was raised. Showing what contemptible liars they are yet again, the campaign for WASPI Women, born in the 1950s, was previously backed by Deputy Prime Minister Angela Rayner, as you saw just now, as well as Chancellor Rachel Reeves and even Keith, I've got your vote now, f*** off, Starmer. Today's decision, which was announced by Liz Kendall, was labelled as an insult by Angela Madden, the campaign leader for Women Against State Pension Inequality, and was condemned in the House of Commons and by the head of Age UK. Kendall herself called it a difficult decision.
Mr. Speaker, this has been an extremely difficult decision to take,
which we've already heard so many times before when it comes to policies that will burden the poor and the elderly, but they somehow seem to easily decide to assist the wealthy and to fund wars around the world. Let's see what's happening. You can see from this graph that the state pension age was raised from 63 to 66 within just 4 years, between 2016 and 2020. What this meant essentially is that those approaching retirement age were forced to either work years longer or sacrifice portions of the pension. Those who chose not to work longer gave up thousands of pounds, and tragically, many of those who carried on have since passed away, many of them not being able to enjoy their retirement at all. Campaigners were calling for at least £10,000 per retiree. The Ombudsman had recommended roughly £1,000 to £3,000, but the Labour government have denied them even that fraction. Apparently, the estimated $10 billion it would cost can't be found, but there's billions to be splashed around on things like this, and this. Just a reminder that the UK recently pledged £3 billion per year to Ukraine alone, in perpetuity.
The government does not believe paying a flat rate to all women at a cost of up to £10.5 billion would be a fair or proportionate use of taxpayers' money.
So, in a move straight out of the George Osborne Book of Economics, we see austerity emulated yet again. This doesn't only go against morality and public opinion, but the most insulting part of the whole thing must surely be another promise broken by Starmer. As the veil's now pretty much fully lifted, and this has been reflected in recent polling, that his satisfaction rating after 5 months is lower than every Prime Minister in the last 45 years, including his predecessor Sunak and Gordon Brown, who went on to lose a record 91 seats. The only person potentially less popular than Keith is Liz Truss, who's omitted from this list, having failed to match the longevity of a lettuce. Another poll shows that Angela Rayner could herself potentially lose her seat to far-right Reform PLC, with porcelain mouthpiece Nigel Farage this week in talks with tech Ponzi grafter Elon Musk, supposedly attempting to prop him up to the tune of £100 million. Ultimately, this is what we've been led to with neoliberalism, an open door to the right, while those who've worked hard for decades get one slammed in their faces. And I'll leave with a reminder of how if people had voted the right way in 2019, that things could have been a lot different by now, and I dare say every WASPI woman will be paid out in full already. There is at least one man in Parliament who sticks to his principles. Thanks so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe and thumbs up buttons to help us out on the algorithm. You can now join the channel with a membership for just 99p with some great perks for you to enjoy, including exclusive content and early viewings, plus lots more. And you get to join the list of awesome people who support the channel that you can see on your screen right now. Hit the join button or follow the links in the channel description. If you'd like to make a one-off contribution, then please hit super thanks on the video or follow the link to our Buy Me a Coffee page, where you can help to show solidarity and support the channel for just the price of a tasty hot beverage. All contributions are greatly appreciated. Thanks again, everyone. My Left Eye, be seeing you soon.